What are we doing? Yeah, how you doing, sis? Oh, yeah, passing on the monkey on the plane. What are you?
Good evening, folks. This is Bobby Michelle Crawford on location with the Liberia Radio and Television Network. We're here at the beautiful Clarion Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia. I am here with the Honorable.
My name is Alaska Wisner.
Welcome to LRTN. You are here today at the fundraising program for the Tuazama School. You know, tell us your presence here today. What are you going to be doing here?
Well, I was just called. I was told I will be giving an award.
Okay.
Yes, for my services in the community. So that's why I'm here.
So what do you do in the community? Do you have an organization that partner with them or what?
Yes, I have an organization. The name of the organization is the Minority Center for Participation and Empowerment. And this organization is aimed at people of the minority community, bringing the minority folks together. If you know that in America here, groups of the same origin flock together. So for example, the Asians are together, the Latinos are together, and the African Americans do their own thing. The Africans, even in the African group, the Nigerians do their own thing, Sierra Leoneans do their own thing, but minority centers try to bring everyone together. So minority center bringing Latinos, Asians, African American, Liberians, Nigerians together as a union to fight and go against anything against the minority community. We are also here to help and reduce the level of crime in the minority community and improve the level of our minority folks. So we have different activities. We have sports and recreation. We have education. We have legal and immigration. We have all these groups. So people who are in trouble with the law and don't know their way can come to Minority Center and we can lead you. We can find lawyers for you to help you. And we also want to advocate for them, those who are in jail and maybe there for wrong reason. We can see how we can get lawyers to get and talk to them. So Minority Center is just there to help minority folks and reduce the level of minority incarceration.
Gotcha. So you're doing an excellent job in the community, but my focus here is I want us to talk a little bit about the Tuazama Leadership School. It's a tuition-free school. They have 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. So your being here today, I think, will help to not just spread the word, but to partner with them to see how best they can make this program more viable to minority students, you know, that are faced with some financial constraints. So what would be a message to people out there that if they can be able to help this awesome organization?
Firstly, let me commend Mr. Tuazama for kind of initiative, for being creative. There are a lot of people are in different paths. Some people are creative and bring things to help other people. I want to commend him for the kind of leadership skills, and I hope that everyone can join him, support the program, and so that more people can benefit. But I want to thank him, and I encourage people to support his initiative.
Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and welcome. You are listening to watching the Liberia Radio and Television Network. My name is Bobby Michelle Crawford. We are here on location at the Clarion Hotel. I'll be the honor. It is a fundraising program. Excuse me, folks. It is a fundraising program for the Tuazama Leadership. Yes, I just did. Can you hear me? So, this is the Liberia Radio and Television Network on location here at the Claron Hotel. My name is Bobby Michelle Crawford, and I'm here with.
He wants.
You're right. This is a Liberia Radio and Television Network live. My name is Bobby Michelle Crawford. We are here on location at the beautiful Claron Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia, and we are here at the honoring program, honoring program for the Tuazama Leadership School, and I'm here with
Apostle Brian Edwards.
What do you do, sir? You look sharply dressed. I like the suit.
Thank you. I'm trying to be representative.
That's good.
Good.
So just how did you hear about this organization?
Well, through Owen. He's the one that really put me in touch with what is going on here, and I love his vision. Good. Love his vision. Once again, my name is Apostle Brian Edwards, and I'm a pastor here in the Philadelphia area.
Which church you pastor?
And the name of my church is Kingdom Lit.
Kingdom Lit.
Kingdom Lit, and that's Liberty Interfaith Transformation Church. Yeah. So we're about transforming lives. You know, ministering to people, transforming lives, and ministering in the communities, building young men and women as well. But really, it's after our youth, building our youth, building our men, putting hope back and vision back into our men. You know, because there's an awesome attack that's on the male seed in this season. You know, come back to them to let them know that there is hope. You know, there is hope. Yes.
So, what do you hope to see accomplished here tonight? Because the Tuazama Leadership School, they have 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. That's awesome. I know, right? So what do you hope to accomplish here tonight?
Really, well, you know, I noticed that a part of the theme is excellence, and it's really instilling excellence. I want to see that support, you know, that push, that support really for excellence, you know, and I think it's an awesome vision. I really think it's awesome.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, sir. Okay. Sorry.
Your client, you'll stand right in the middle.
Okay. Come on. Don't be scared. I don't bite. Good evening, folks. This is Bobby Michelle Crawford on location with the Liberia Radio and Television Network. We're here at the beautiful Claron Hotel. I am here with
Fire Chief Derek Sawyer.
The fire chief. So we are at the honoring program for the Tuazama Leadership School. Just tell basically what you hope to accomplish here today and your presence.
Well, what I like to accomplish is to share with people how you can lead empathically and ethically, but also just to make sure everyone knows that everyone has a chance to lead. So we exercise leadership and we have that opportunity every day, but we don't always step up and take advantage of that opportunity. So I want to make sure that we empower people and give them the skill set and courage to exercise leadership every single day.
Thank you. The Tuazama Leadership School has 23 satellite locations and in 23 different countries. That's amazing. So today is an honoring program and also a fundraising program. So are you one of the honorees?
I am one of the honorees, and I think it's important that we support this program. We're teaching people from all across the country, and that's huge. So everyone should take the time to help support this program.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey there. Many Liberians are members of social clubs, 501c NGOs, and school alumni. Many Liberians are trying to open their own 501c NGOs, home care agencies, and social clubs. Does your organization have a professional website? Does your web platform have the right wording and content to attract grants? Hopefully you're not running your organization only through social media. There's a more professional route. You need an online space where you can craft a positive message about your organization, making your home health agency more credible, which will increase your chances to receive grants. We'll build you a responsive platform for 501c organizations, healthcare agencies, and other types of organizations. We'll provide you with full website maintenance, membership sign-in, private charts, Facebook and WhatsApp integration, live video feed for all your meetings and special occasions, a dashboard for members to see all the activities, and email and text auto reminders for meetings. We'll build with donors and 501cs in mind, and will help you solicit grants and automatic membership due collections. Building you this amazing platform will only be a membership fee of $19 a month. Call or email us now. Let's upgrade your website. Home health agencies and small businesses, you owe it to your company to project the best image possible, and we can make it happen. Visit www.tiamit.com or call 215-966.
Good evening, folks. Again, my name is Bobby Michelle Crawford. We are here on location with the Liberia Radio and Television Network, and I'm here with this young man who is nationally attired at the honoring and fundraising program for the Tuazama Leadership School. Welcome to LRTN. What's your name, sir?
My name is Bill Rogers.
Bill Rogers, what do you do and why are you here today?
Well, thank you. And I'm here to greet this occasion and the leadership of Tuazama Leadership. And I came from Texas, but I'm originally from Liberia. I've been very busy just from Los Angeles as well, honoring another program, the Afro program. So I was extended this invitation to take it very serious because it's a lot of humanitarian cause. And I appreciate the work that Mr. Tuazama is doing in a lot of countries around the world, especially in Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, And most of his students are making significant impact in the society, especially that I read in news today that one of the students was promoted to commissioner in Cambodia, or one of the countries, that he's have a leadership school. So I'm hopeful that we are here to celebrate today and give the legacy to the great man.
You say you're from Texas. I'm from Texas too. So I'm glad to meet my Texas brother here. Are you one of the honorees?
Well, I don't know if I'm an honoree, but I know I'm just here to greet the occasion, and I'll be one of the speakers tonight. And
you're one of the speakers?
Yeah, I'll be one of the speakers tonight, representing Liberia as well, and my entire community as well.
Which community would that be?
The entire community, both in Liberia and the United States.
Okay, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. This is LRTN on location, and my name is Bobby Crawford. We are at the Clarion Hotel, and my brother coming over here, Nestle dress. I like the suit, man. Look at you. Welcome to LRTN, man.
Thank you, David Clayman.
My name is Bobby Crawford. What's yours?
David Clayman.
So what? So are you one of the honorees?
I don't know if I'm an honoree, but I will be speaking.
Okay, you're one of the speakers. So today we are here is the Tuazama Leadership School, an also organization that provides tuition free to a lot of students that are financially constrained. They have 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. So tonight's occasion is about fundraising and honoring. So what are your expectations tonight from here by participating in this program?
So I really enjoy what I learned about the school. I think leadership and developing human capital is the most important, probably, education you can get. So for me, I think along my journey, I picked up a couple granules of wisdom. that I think is important to share with the younger generation of leaders that are emerging and the next generation that are going to be the decision makers, they're going to be the change makers, and it's important that they're inspired properly. And I think there's a lot of leadership, there's a lot of talent in this room. I'm going to learn a lot while I'm here, and hopefully I can share with people my journey of how I got here.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. This is the Liberia Radio and Television Network. My name is Bobby Crawford, and we are live on location at the Clarion Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia. Tune in to the Liberia Radio and Television Network. We are here, there, and everywhere. I have this dastardly dressed young man. Good evening, sir. My name is Bobby Crawford. Welcome to LRTN.
Thank you. My name is Lee Grimes. Nice to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. So we are here at the, come closer, I don't bite. We are here at the Tuazama Leadership. It's a tuition-free school. This is basically an honoring program and a fundraising. So tell us what your presence here means today. Are you trying to be in partnership with them, or are you one of the honorees?
I am a speaker tonight.
Oh, you're one of the speakers? Okay.
Yes, one of the speakers tonight was invited to speak on the topic of leadership, which is always very important, especially in the education realm. And so I intend to give some words on leadership tonight.
So when you say topic of leadership, because that's something that way above my pay grade, could you care to elaborate?
No, it's quite the opposite. It's in everybody's pay grade. I think we are all called to be leaders at some level and at some time. Okay. And I think that everyone has their moment where they are called to be a leader, and that's kind of what I'm going to speak on tonight.
Well, I'm going to be listening and taking notes. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Yes. This is LRTN, and I have this brother over here, Mr. GQ. Come on, I don't bite. He look nicely dressed. I like them suits. Welcome to LRTN.
Thank you.
What's your name and tell what your occupation is and what are you doing here today?
My name is Mohammed Sware, but I go by the social media name King Sware.
Okay.
And I'm one of the award recipients for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the award recipients. So now, you gotta look at the camera. The man scared. Here's the deal. Tuazama Leadership School has 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. That's an incredible feat. Sure. So tonight's program is about honoring and fundraising. So you came prepared to spend some money?
Oh yeah, we are always been supporting Tuazama initiative. I'm one of the closest friends, and I think that he's doing extremely well, and we need to support him whatever thing he's doing.
Okay. You said what was your name again?
Mohammed Sware.
Mr. Sware, welcome to the program. Been a pleasure. Thank you, sir. What's up, my man?
Doing great.
I got to see I get the flare, the lapel, and everything. What's going on?
That's a nice one.
Welcome to LRTN.
Thank you.
So, this is the Tuazama Leadership Tuition-Free School Leadership program. They have 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. So they're going to be raising some funds here today. Are you one of the honorees, and are you going to be making your contribution?
Unfortunately, I'm not one of the honorees. However, I will definitely be making my contribution. Okay. I represent the Union of Liberian Association in the Americas, ULA. I serve as the Deputy Press Secretary of the Union to the Office of the President. Okay. And so events of such, we don't take it lightly. Okay. We are here to support our Liberian brother, who over the years has been involved with the lives of thousands of people across the world. And so whatever way we can, personally and as an institution, we will definitely learn that support.
So you mentioned EULA. So obviously this is something that EULA has strived for, to make sure people here in the diaspora are economically viable. Organization of this nature is really making an impact for Liberians, not just here but abroad. Back home as well. So what would be your message to Liberians here in the diaspora regarding the organization?
My message to Liberians across the diaspora is to think deep. Think deep. Whatever way you can help your people and the world at large, do it. Because that's the only reason why we are on this planet. We are here to impact people's life, and whatever way you can impact people's lives, do it. Even if it hurts, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Impacting life is exactly what is going on here today. We have an array of speakers. This is going to be an awesome program, and this is Liberia Radio and Television Network here on location at the Clarion Hotel in Philadelphia. Thank you, Ben. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Theophilus Julipan Nelson I. I am the founder and CEO of Lift Africa LLC. Lift Africa started as an employment agency that sought the employment of immigrants coming to the U.S. and finding ways and means to go to start life in this great country. Now we have added airport pickups and drop, car rental, or rental. As you see, we have a new business location. Started with just a little office part, but today we have a whole complex that we can do a lot of stuff with.
Hello everyone, my name is Geneva Krantz. I'm the Executive Administrator of Uplift Africa. We have an excellent employment rate at our company. We work with and for you regardless of your situation. If you've ever been in prison, maybe your background isn't great, do not worry. We have a place for you here. We believe in equal opportunity for everyone, especially you. So sign up today and begin earning.
My name is Emmanuel B. Horton, Operational Director for Live Africa. Live Africa is the place to be.
Good evening, folks in Radio Land. This is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We are here, there, and everywhere on location at the beautiful Clarion Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia. My name is Bobby Michelle Crawford, the Law Mayor of Bentor, and I'm here with...
My name is Aaron Esgay. I represent PA.
Aaron, welcome to the Clarion Hotel. So, you know what you're here for, right?
Definitely.
Okay. This is the honoring program and fundraising for the Tuazama Leadership School, organization that has over 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. But now my question to you, are you one of the honorees?
Not definitely. I'm only here to support.
So do you represent the organization?
I don't want to be specific right now, but as a little brother to Mr. Tuazama, I was invited as a guest, so I'm here to represent myself and my family.
Okay, so you have your family here?
Definitely.
So you're going to be spending some money?
Not really. What's it all? We'll give it out to
It's a fundraising though?
No problem. That's what we came for. We came prepared.
Okay. What you say your name was again?
My name is Aaron Esgay. I'm from PA.
All right, brother Aaron, been a pleasure. Thank you. So I see another lady walking toward me. Come on, boy. Beautifully attired. I like the hair tie. What's your name? Welcome to LRTN. Come closer. I'm not going to bite you. Welcome to LRTN.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us your name and what are you here today? Are you here to lend support to this awesome organization? So tonight we're going to be raising some money and honoring people. So tell us your name and what are your expectations for tonight's program?
Okay, well, my name is Cole Dolo.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Cole Dolo. And you said what are my expectations?
Yeah.
I came to support a great cause. I'm a supporter of Brother Owens and what he's been doing, been following his work for a long time. So I'm excited to come here and support a great cause.
So this organization, I keep repeating this, I think they're doing an excellent job. 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries. So I think this is something that is worth emulating.
Yes.
So what will you say to Liberians out there, not just Liberians, but people out there, that to at least be able to lend some sort of a support to the organization?
definitely what I would say is to support such a cause. Like you said, they have satellite classes and they support job opportunities for, I think, adults as well. So it's great. It's a nonprofit organization, so of course they need our support. To Liberians out there, anyone else that's out there that's watching, that's going to watch this, definitely I would say you want to lend your support. Plus the track record for the gentleman that's doing this, is well proven that he's been, capable in doing, the work and helping his people. So it's necessary that we all lend our support. So I'm excited to be here. Just came from another project. We are groundbreaking the Africa Town project.
Yeah, I was supposed to have been out of, but it's okay.
Okay. It's good. I almost didn't make it because I had to put that together, but, Ren came here after that. So decided, we may even have Owens at the Africa Center one day, as a satellite, one of the satellite station for his programs. So you never know.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. This is the Liberia Radio and Television Network. We are on location at the Clarion Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia. Come closer, my man. Good evening. Ooh, this dazzling young man, properly attired. How you doing? Welcome to LRTN. My name is Bobby Crawford. Where's yours?
I'm Don Kapaya Dennis.
Say that again?
Don Kapaya Dennis.
So we're here today to raise some money, right? And it's an honorary program. Are you one of the honorees?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So do you represent an organization?
No, not really. I've served almost all these organizations now, so it's now time for them to appreciate my services, and that's one reason why I'm here.
Gotcha. So the Tuazama Leadership School, I think they're doing an excellent job.
I think they're doing.
Yeah, they have 23 satellite locations in 23 different countries, tuition free. So, what will you tell Liberians out there? What would be a message to Liberians to see how best they can help this awesome organization? Because I think they're doing an incredible job.
I think my call to Liberians in the diaspora and back home is that there is a need for us to support one another, to support ideas that is impacting the younger generation. So if the Tuazamans can do it, others can do it. So now that he has such a bright vision, we call on all of them to come to support him financially, morally, and whatever we can do, because this is impacting our country, and we need to get involved. So I'm here for that reason, to show my support. I'm calling on all other leaders, community leaders in the diaspora to be a part of this.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to take a brief commercial break. No, not a commercial break. Another gentleman is coming. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Come closer, man. Welcome to LRTN. This is a radio station that is here, there, and everywhere. So now we're on location at the beautiful Clarion Hotel near the airport in Philadelphia. I just want to make sure you know where you are.
I am, yeah.
My name is Bobby Crawford. And what's yours, sir?
My name is Paul Hassan.
So, tell us a little bit more who Paul Hassan is and why is he here today to lend support to this awesome organization?
Paul Hassan, I'm chairman of the Gentlemen's Club, and Owen got to us and said, his leadership school going to be doing an award program tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll be honoring the Gentlemen's Club. And we thought that was unique for him to even think about us, the work we do, and try to honor us. So we are here tonight to take delivery of our honor.
Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. So you mentioned earlier the Gentlemen's Club. So what does the Gentlemen's Club do? Does it just dress to look nice?
No, the Gentlemen's Club is a non-for-profit organization geared towards giving back. Like a couple of years ago, we gave $25,000 worth of textbook, covering at the time to the A.M. Declarty College of Medicine at the University of Liberia. And then we gave about $15,000 worth of decks to schools in Liberia. And during the COVID, we were able to
buy items worth $5,000 and give it to churches, mosques, organizations, and residents in the community.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tonight you're here to follow that assistance, to follow that goodwill. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and have a beautiful evening.
And then lastly, December 10th, the Gentlemen's Club will be having its year-end ball and dinner. At that program, we will be giving 10 12th grade and college students $500.
Oh, that's awesome.
$500 each. So we'll be having like a raffle draw, and then we'll select 10 winners. So at a specific time, we announce the winners that night. Then the kids themselves will come at another time while we will present them the checks.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. This is the Liberia Radio and Television Network. You are watching live from the beautiful Clarion Hotel. Come on, my man. Don't be scared. I like an African suit.
It's an African night.
Yes, it is. Welcome to LRTN.
Thank you.
And also welcome to the program for the Tuazama Leadership School. I can't say enough. I keep repeating myself tonight. I'm just in awe about the incredible work that they do in the community, right? They have an organization that provides tuition-free, education to Liberians with 23 satellite locations, right? In 23 different countries. So they say, you know what? We're going to honor some people in the community. At the same time, I'm going to raise some money. So tell us about yourself and why are you here today and what are your expectations?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. My name is Joseph Sacco. I am the Executive Director of the Liberia Medical Mission. It's a nonprofit organization that takes medication and doctors to Liberia every other year. We have provided more than $18 million worth of medication and medical supplies to Liberia. And we also do outreach in the communities in Southwest Philadelphia and other places. Well, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I am very, very proud of my nephew over Tuazama. Yeah.
Okay.
I am so proud of him. Every time you see Liberian doing it only in his country, but around the world, that is the pride for all Liberians. We all should celebrate those efforts. Okay. So I'm here today to support his efforts. And my expectation is that we will come around and support this initiative. Yep.
Sorry, I'm kind of wiggling my eye around. I don't know if that's my cue. Mr. Anderson. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I think I can continue. I just heard the MC. I told the program I started, but that has nothing to do with us. Let's continue our interview. So you say the gentleman who owns this awesome organization, this leadership school, is your nephew?
Yes, it's my nephew.
Okay. So you here to get some money today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been a strong supporter of his philanthropy. A young man of his age that would think, not only locally but globally. This is something that is worth celebrating.
Yeah.
And we all have to at least support him.
Yeah.
In that doing that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, sir. And you say you are a doctor, right?
No, I'm not a doctor, but I'm heading.
Well, I just confer one on you. Take it. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening, sir.
Thanks a lot.
This is the Liberia Radio and Television Network. My name is Chuck Crawford, a.k.a. the Lord Mayor of the great city of Bentoy. I'm here on location at the Clarion Hotel in Philadelphia near the airport. And I'm here with the beautiful
Catherine.
Catherine, welcome to the LRTN and welcome to the honoring program and fundraising program for the Tuazama. So, very briefly, come closer, sweetheart. I don't bite. What are your expectations tonight? What are we on here tonight?
Excited to be here tonight.
Congratulations.
Not tonight, but when it all started, beautiful. I actually got honored as an ambassador of hope, and I haven't seen the CEO in a long time. So I met him last weekend, and he invited me here. So I'm so excited to be back at one of his events.
Well, welcome to the program. Nice seeing you. Thank you so much. This is the LRTN Live. Bobby Crawford on location. It's ladies first. Come on, watch it. Before you know who to come, stay right here, sweetheart. I don't bite. You look beautifully attired. I like the blast though. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome to the LRTN Live on location.
From Delaware.
So I'll introduce myself, Bobby Michelle Crawford. They call me the lawmayor Bentor. Don't ask too much questions. That's an honorable title. What's your?
My name is Masa Dobu. I'm a representative aspiring for District 14, and I'm also an advocate.
Wow, congratulations. So District 14 is sitting in Philadelphia. Me, I'm from Texas or so, don't. Oh, in
Yes, I'm talking about Liberia.
okay, that's congratulations. District 14 is where?
It's Vatan, it's Clariton, it's Chibratan, Dole Community, Freeport, Cow Factory, those kind of places.
So I know we're here for the Tuazama School, Leadership School. So you want to give a quick message to your supporters back home in Liberia?
Yeah, I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm happy to be awarded tonight with the Advocate Award. And I'm so proud of Owen and his team for all of the amazing work that they do. And I'm going to receive this award tonight on behalf of the people of District 14, especially the less privileged children who have spent my entire life investing in their education and making sure that our district is well represented. So I'm just happy to be here.
Well, congratulations and for beautiful. Thank you so much. This is the LRTN on location at the Clarion Hotel. We're going to take a brief break and we will be right back.
D12 on the beat. All I did was win, win, win.
Hello, my name is Portia Kamara. I am a Liberian and serve as the co-founder and executive director of the Multicultural Community Family Services, an African immigrant-led organization located in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Founded in 2003 by my husband and I, our organization is dedicated to serving immigrant children and families residing in the greater Philadelphia area. We serve and support the community through 5 program areas, namely adult education, professional development and consulting, home health, social services, and through addressing food insecurity needs.
When I could go here with each, and when I feed it with earth, when I need it with you. All I did was win.
Good evening, folks. My name is Bobby Michelle Crawford on location. Come over, Mandia. We are at a beautiful Clarion Hotel. And I'm here with the beautiful
Nongate.
So tell us who Nongate. Am I pronouncing the name right? Okay, so you are here, this is a leadership, the Tuazama Leadership School honoring and fundraising program. So briefly, what are your expectations? What you hope to, what you want to see here today? And your message to Liberians. Sorry, I had to put that there.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to our brother, Mr. Tuazama, for this beautiful occasion, this beautiful idea of bringing something to our community. And we want to support him so he can be able to lift our community up. So I just want to say thank you. And I'm here tonight to urge everybody to be able to lift our brother out so he can help our community, because this is what we are looking for in our community.
Thank you so much. Been a pleasure. Welcome.
I'm here. I got this organization called the TQ House of Compassion.
The what?
The TQ House of Compassion.
What you guys do?
I'd say no to suicide.
Oh.
Say no to depression. Say no to stress. Say no to frustration.
And what was the name of the organization again?
TQ, House of Compassion.
Is it based in Philadelphia?
Yes. So, and I'm going to be showing it up there, so you guys going to see it.
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we're going to cut the red carpet interview short. The program is about to start. This is Bobby Crawford on location with LRTN, and I'm out.
I want you to fall. Wait, not fall, please. I don't want you to fall, please. You see all the lawyers and battles them again, but
Not that bad. I'm sorry.
Jesus
sorry. Thank
Christ.
you so much, guys.
You already have power, yeah?
Thank you, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, very okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to welcome you tonight to the Tuazama Leadership School of Philadelphia. I would say the first launching, but it's not, because we've been having it for a couple of years. And we are doing the Keepers of Eden for the first time tonight. And we are here to support our brother, his dream, and what he's doing for the community. So tonight, feel free and ask questions. We got food in the bag. Feel free, brother, so he can lift our community up. My name is Nogati, and I want to thank Mr. Tuazama for giving me his space tonight to share with you my dreams. I got this vision, as you can see on this bulletin. I got the TQ House of Compassion. And the TQ House of Compassion, you can see on here, it said no, say no to suicide. Say no to depression. Say no to frustration. Say no to stress. Say no to low self-esteem. And this is how the TQ House of Compassion came about. I was sitting down one beautiful evening. I saw this beautiful young girl walk through my door. And she said to me, she was pregnant for my son. It was a beautiful moment of my life. I received her with compassion, with everything in me. Because once upon a time, a mother told me, The boyfriends and girlfriends that walk through your door, they are not the one to stay. But the one that make child, that come in and tell you, I'm pregnant for your son, your daughter is pregnant for me, they are the one who stays. So I take her. She gave me a beautiful daughter, a beautiful flower in my house. 10 years later, I was sitting there at work and I had this phone call. The little girl mom tried to take her life. And I dropped everything else I was doing and I ran to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, it wasn't the same person that I've been with for 10 years. She was totally different. It was heartbreaking. It was hard. I visited her every morning. I went to her every evening and offered prayer for her. And 2 weeks later, she died. Being a 13-year-old little girl who lost her mother and walking around with a 10-year-old little girl who lost her mother was a heartbreaking for me. It was a open wound for my heart because I lost my mother when I was 13. That gap had never closed. I don't care what anybody do. So it's heartbreaking. And I sat back and said that I can come up with something to help our community. I can do something to help our community. So I came up with the idea of the TQ House of Compassion to say no to suicide, to say no to depression, say no to stress, say no to frustration, say no to low self-esteem. Because low self-esteem brings stress. Stress brings frustration. Frustration brings depression. It heads you straight to suicide. We got people out here who taking life of other people because of depression. We got people out here who taking their own life, thinking that life is not important. And I'm here tonight to tell you guys, to tell my mothers and sisters, brothers, nieces and nephews in this crowd, that we can say no to depression. We can say no to suicide. We can stop somebody from being fatherless. We can stop somebody from being motherless. With the help, with your help. And don't want to take you compassion. I got a car out there. Y'all can take it. And give it to somebody. I know somebody in the crowd got a sister out there. You got a brother, you got a neighbor, daughter, you got your daughter, friend from school, you got your son's schoolmate out there that is depressed. But you don't know. But sometimes when they walk in this society, they say, oh, I wish I was like you. Oh, I wish I could stay with your parents. You know they are going through something. Call. I'm trying to see, with the help of the family, with the help of you guys tonight, we can all put together and say no. I want to tell Mr. Tuazama, thank you for allowing me to use the stage tonight to share with you guys my vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You want? Ladies and gentlemen, at this junction, I will go straight into the program and call all the speakers, please, because we have a lot of distinct guest speakers here. So please, Help me welcome Apostle Brian, please. Is Apostle Brian in the house? People in the house. I've been there watch all the time because at least 5 minutes. It's not, I'm not restricting you, but Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone. If I was in church, I would say, praise the Lord. Amen. Or I have a few folks that are church folk. Do I have some church folk up in here? Amen. Amen. Well, I can comfortably say, praise the Lord, everybody. Amen. Praise the Lord, everybody. Amen. I'm Apostle Brian Edwards, and my ministry is Kingdom Lit. That's Liberty Interfaith Transformation Church. And I am so glad to be here. The reason why I'm glad to be here is the vision of Mr. Thomas is very, very powerful. I just met him, and I looked at the vision that he had concerning his school. Did not know that it was all of it. I'm very, very encouraged by that. One of the things that I saw in his vision is the word excellence. Word excellence. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm an educator, so I believe education is powerful. Education is necessary. Amen. Education is necessary. Somebody say that excellence. Necessary. Education. We have to look this generation and time right now. We have turmoil happening right now. Many of us are. I'm so concerned about that are transitioning early. You know, death has happened in our communities. It's really, really shame. Really shame. Like we don't even know what next day holds. So my vision, my prayer that God, if He would really send this out, that heart, wisdom, word, hope, right? Wisdom, hope, courage, integrity. They need old bodies, mentor. They need to see. They need to not only not seeing that home. They're not seeing that in the community. And I'm very, very encouraged, Brother Owen's vision really get into power, into courage. How many understand that empowerment, encouragement is very necessary for now? We have to get to the heart and mind of our youth. They are our today. I want you to know they are our today, not our yesterday, not our tomorrow. They're our today. Can you imagine if each and every one of us today had an influence, a strong influence, a positive influence on at least 10 young people? There's about 100 people. A strong influence on at least 10 young people. The ability to impart to them hope, integrity. Let them see integrity. Let them see integrity. Can you imagine the change that can happen in your own community? You're not helping me. The change that can happen in your own community. They need to see hope. They need to see vision. I love what the young lady shared concerning hope, concerning the house of compassion. There's not enough compassion. There's not enough compassion. I love her vision. Said, say no to suicide. We don't know the dilemmas, the issues that a lot of them are encountering in their own communities. I talked to a couple of young people. Talked to one in particular, and he said, I'm afraid. He's 16 years old. I'm afraid to go outside alone while in your own community. I'm afraid to go outside alone. His brother was murdered. His uncle was murdered a week later. He saw three of his relatives murdered within 6 months in his community. Can we make a change? Yeah. Are we able to make a change? The most powerful thing is prayer. The most powerful thing is prayer. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a preacher. I'm not just saying, I'm saying it because it is necessary. We allow one woman in the sons of Madeline O'Hara to come in and to take prayer out of the schools. It's been dilemma ever since. I remember coming up in school and we would pray. We would really pray. Judges, we would really pray. We would pray. The kids would bow their heads at their desk and they would pray to start their day. That's been taken away from us. What has been placed now is a lack of hope, a lack of integrity, a lack of promise, no vision. And the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish. How many understand that? So I want to once again share with Brother Owen, encourage him. I believe in your vision. 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 If you believe in his vision, just share with him. Say, I believe in your vision. I believe in your vision. Bringing hope to community. To change community, to change lives. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, please help me welcome Chief Sawyer. Please put the hands together, Chief Sawyer, please. Please, keep clapping, please. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. How's everybody doing? Oh, I didn't get a pass more than that. How's everybody doing? All is well. So as I get set up here, I'm going to share how I met Owen Johnson Tuazama. So it occurred while I was the fire commissioner in the city of Philadelphia, and we were experiencing a large number of fire deaths in our communities. And Owen Johnson took the initiative as a leader in the community to make sure I could come out to his church and share fire safety tips on a regular basis so that we can keep people in the community safe. So, hence, 7 years later, lost touch with him and I'm at a barbecue, and we got running and parents are over. And of course, right away, he put me back to work. So, that's my story about Pastor Johnson. But I want to thank the Leadership School for giving me the opportunity to come out and speak. I'm truly honored and grateful for the invitation. Thank you to those listening from afar. So tonight's theme is leading with empathy, ethics, and excellence. Couldn't be timely with everything that's going on in today's world. However, before we can talk about leadership, we need to make sure that everyone understands the difference between leadership and management. The difference between leadership and management. Some people think that they're one and the same. So, the reality is you can't manage people. You can only lead people. You can't manage people. You can manage schedules, right? Processes. You can't manage people. You can only lead people. It's also believed that people are promoted into a position of leadership or appointed to a position of leadership. So, for example, you have someone that becomes a sergeant, lieutenant, president, CEO, pastor. You hear them say, I just got promoted or appointed to this position of leadership. The reality is you get promoted or appointed to a position of authority. You have to bring the leadership with you. Want to hear that again? You get promoted to a position of authority. You have to bring the leadership with you. Now that it's settled, I believe we can lead. If you lead with a high level of empathy and a high level of ethics, you will ultimately lead with excellence. Again, if you lead with a high level of empathy and a high level of excellence, ethics, ultimately you will lead with excellence. So let's talk about empathy. The reason why some leaders find it difficult to lead with empathy is because they were never taught. How many of you right here were promoted to a position of authority and did not receive any formal training? It happened to me. Think about it. You're promoted and you say you have no training or anything. Unless you work for a Fortune 500 company, major business, there's no training. So first and foremost, we must remember that leadership is a skill that can be taught and learned. So for you that were thrust into the position of authority, what have you done to learn about the art of leadership? What have you done to increase your skill set? Also, some leaders forget or don't know what their job is as a leader. Let me explain. Your job as a leader is not just about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in our charge. Let me say that again. The job of a leader is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in our charge. There is a difference. So what does it look like? It's about being concerned about human beings. Compassion. That means when something goes wrong, the first thing you should do is find out if the person is okay, versus pointing out that the person made a mistake. How do you as a leader handle issues in your position? Are you quick to criticize? Or do you try to find out what mental state the person is in? You can do this simply by asking, are you okay? Simple as saying, are you okay? Ironically, leading with empathy is a byproduct of leading with ethics or leading ethically. Leading ethically means to lead with courage by acting on your values and skills in the face of fear. It's easy to be ethical when you aren't facing any pressure or challenges, right? No pressure or challenge, I can do the right thing. I follow my core values because there's no pressure. What happens when you are facing a situation where the culture is it's okay to behave unethically? When you make decisions for the benefit of your people, the organization, the community, or when you make decisions to benefit you and yourself. Just because you can get away with it doesn't mean that it's right. Remember, as the leader, you set the organization's ethic norms. Ethics are the principles that guide the leader's behaviors. Ethics is about caring about what matters or the matters of right and wrong. Basically, acting in ways that promote good. Listening to the needs of your stakeholders, the people that you're in charge, not in charge of, but you're in charge to oversee. And then the community that you serve. I'm going to share a story that demonstrates empathy and ethics. So imagine responding to a fire where 4 children died and 8 homes burned down. And the community, or the people in that community where the fire occurred, believes that the fire department didn't respond quick enough. And the firefighters that responded gave their heart and soul to save those children. But they feel as though their efforts were not appreciated because despite the heroic efforts, they were being accused of taking too long to get to the fire. Well, my first major fire I was serving as the commissioner of Philadelphia was the Desert Street Fire. On July 5th, 2014, the fire department responded to Desert Street, and upon arrival, there were already 4 homes fully involved in the fire. Think about it, July 5th, that's really the late night of July 4th. July 4th celebration, right? So think about it, July 4th, now we to July 5th, early mornings. And imagine arriving on the scene and you're already behind the curve because you already have 4 homes on fire. You see, normally when we pull up to a house fire, there's fire coming from maybe 1 or 2 windows, or maybe just smoke showing. However, when fire companies arrived at this fire, 4 homes were already fully involved, meaning that there was fire coming from every single window of those 4 homes. Before the fire would be placed under control, about 3 hours later, we lost a total of 8 homes. The heat from the fire was so intense that the mirrors on the cars parked across the street from the fire began melting. The helmets that the firefighters wore, they were melting on their heads as they were trying to fight this fire. Sadly, 4 children from the ages of 1 month to 4 years died. We responded with 219 pieces of apparatus and 175 people. But sadly, there was nothing we could do to save these children because, again, there were 4 homes fully involved in the fire, meaning there was fire coming out of every single window. Still, those firefighters put themselves in harm's way to the point where some suffered thermal burns and heat exhaustion. Yet, we mourned along with the community the loss of those 4 children. After the fire was extinguished, the whisper began about how long it took the firefighters to respond to the fire. It was stated that it took 30 minutes. Now, anyone who lives in the city of Philadelphia knows that it doesn't take 30 minutes for us to get into any fire. We have about 60 fire stations throughout the community. However, the engine that was stationed at fire was out fighting a car fire. However, we still had the ladder company in that station who did respond to the fire, but the ladder company didn't have water. The engine company has water, the ladder company has ladders. But, despite of fighting the car fire, as soon as they heard the address for that fire, they immediately took up because they realized that was right around the corner from the fire station and responded and got there within 4 minutes. Now, what does that really mean? Well, the national standard is 5 minutes to 20 seconds. So they still got there within 4 minutes, which is faster than the national standard. You see, when the firefighters heard that address or the portable radio, they knew they had to go because, again, that address is right around the corner from the fire station. So keep in mind that if any of you ever dial 911 for an emergency, it seems like eternity, right? Before they get there. You say, wow, God, how long where's everybody at? And even though it takes 3 to 5 minutes, it seems like hours. Because you need them there right away. So it was understandable when I heard that there was a belief that it took 30 minutes. That was okay. But even though we shared the response timeline with the media and the community, there was still some doubt. That doubt turned into discourse, and there was a need to exercise leadership. Now, one of the things that's interesting about leadership is every single day we have the opportunity to exercise leadership. But do you think we do that every day? We do not. Some days we say, I'm going to go out on them and exercise leadership. And some days we say, we'll let someone else take care of it. So, think about the dilemma I face. The firefighters felt unappreciated after putting their life on the line, and the community felt like they could not receive the service they deserve. Think about it. Could I support both the firefighters and members of the community and lead them with empathy? Absolutely. Meeting with both groups to listen to and understand their concerns. I visited firefighters at the fire station, listened to their stories and concerns, and commended them for their efforts and assured them that I supported them 100%. I also met with the members of the community. The town hall meetings, listened to their stories and concerns. I offered my condolences and assured them that their concerns would be heard. If they were heard, then I would do everything possible to address their needs. We talked about ways to prevent a tragedy like this from ever happening. I educated them on the service offered by the city and promised to continue the conversation. So when you have a tragedy like that, it's not a one time. You have to come back and have that conversation over and over again. Did I need both the firefighters and the community with empathy? Absolutely. Did I need both the firefighters and the community with empathy? Absolutely. You see, if you value ethics and empathy, you don't have to choose the people in the community. They're all one and the same. What I learned from the industry fire is that cultivating empathy as a leadership skill allows you to create bonds of trust. Think about the trust between me and Owen. It also gives you insight into what others are feeling and thinking, and it helps you to understand their actions and reactions. It took 30 minutes. I also learned is ethically value for their opinions is one of your core values. At its core, empathy informs your decision making by sharpening your perceptions and intuition. So how can you lead empathically? Or how can you lead with empathy? One, rethink how you listen. Are you actually listening or just waiting to speak? Empathic leaders don't just listen, they listen deeply. This means listening with open ears, open eyes, and an open heart. It involves paying attention to voice, tone, and the underlying emotions behind what's being said. And importantly, it means not interrupting or thinking about what you're going to say next. You'll always gain more from listening rather than speaking, and the best leaders spend at least as much time listening as they do speaking. 2, walk in the other person's shoes. We've all heard the saying, put yourself in someone else's shoes. Sometimes imagining going through a similar experience or situation with someone else can help you understand the perspective of others better. At its core, empathy involves recognizing where people are coming from You don't have to agree with what they're saying, but it is not only respectful to the knowledge of the people's views, but it will also help you to have a holistic view of the situation. 3, master the art of asking questions. Ask one question at a time. Just one question. The best way to understand how someone is feeling is to ask them. This may seem simple, but this approach is often overlooked. Try to kickstart the conversation by asking, what's on your mind? Are you okay? I have found this to be a fail-safe way to open the conversation and get down to real challenges. When you leave with empathy, all you're doing is putting people first. Remember, it's not about being in charge. It's about taking care of the people out of charge. So how do you lead ethically, or how do you become an ethical leader? Here are some steps that can be taken by any leader who wants to become an ethical leader. First, clarify your values. What do you value? What do you really value? The ethical leader is aware of his or her. What are your most cherished values? Your values are the backbone of your value system, and it should be very difficult for you to compromise those values. So if you value people, you shouldn't be compromising people. Clarify the values of your organization. Whether you are a business leader, pastor, political leader, the leader also has some values that shape this organizational culture. These values are communicated clearly and consistently to all members of the organization. Make values visible. Be a role model. You heard the pastor talk about us influencing at least 10 people, right? When you are aware of personal and organizational values, start creating an appropriate environment for your followers in the organization by setting the right tone for the action. People will adopt their behavior according to the behavior of the leader, and they in turn will be role models for other people around them. Everyone in the organization must be aware of the consequences of behavior that is contrary to the norm of ethical behavior that results from values. Work with ethical people. The people you choose to work with, employees, suppliers, partners, peers, will send empathic signals to the world around you as a leader and what you believe in. Choose your people wisely. Never ask your people to act unethically. Such action will instantly ruin your reputation as an ethical leader and create demotivation and/or a cynical attitude. And last, be brave. Think about it. Sometimes it's hard to make those hard decisions, right? But we have to be brave. An ethical leader may face daily difficult situations or moral dilemmas in which he or she must make bold and unpopular decisions. Again, be brave. So, as I close, my challenge to all of you is this. I need you all to start leading with empathy, ethics, and excellence. The question for you is this. Is it going to be one day, or is it going to be day one? Thank you for your time. I appreciate all of you. God bless you and have a great evening.
Thank you for the wonderful message, Ms. Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, time is fast spent, so at this junction I would like to call on George Lee Graham. Put your hand together for George Lee Graham, please. After the one called I met him, and I said, when you come back here, I will lock you up. I'm just saying. I'm just playing. Don't think it all the Let me get my pen real quick.
Good evening, everybody. It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Tuazama, for the invitation that you extended to me to speak. And with that, I think in a moment, I'm going to ask you to do something that you've never been asked for to do by a speaker ever before. All right. So a speaker does want your attention. That's true. We want to try to find. I know that's more difficult in this day and age of smartphones and everything. But instead of asking you to put away your phones, I'm going to ask you to take a moment and pull out your phones, please. So pull out your phones if you could, please. Everybody pull out your phones. All right. Now, once you've got your phones, please. Here, I'm going to do it too. Turn on your camera. Take a selfie with me, all right? All right, thank you so much. All right, very good. All right, now that you've got your selfie picture, I need you to save it. Save it in your phone, because you're going to use it later. And while you're holding your phone, consider this fact for a second. In your hand there lies the power to connect virtually with virtually any one of the 8 billion people on our planet. Such an ability was unthinkable even one generation ago. I still remember my days at home for the first time, and I'm not talking about a smartphone. I'm much older than that. I'm talking about the really old phones. Some of you might remember phones that look like this. Nothing smart about it. It's just a phone is what it was. But it could do one thing. It can make and receive phone calls. And if you were anything like me at the time, I thought that was amazing. That you could have something that you could carry around in your pocket, that you could connect to somebody as long as you knew their phone number. And then a few years after that, we started to see something else in cell phones. We started to see cell phones that now have cameras in them. And some of you may remember these, where you flip them open. Now, lady, I know you've probably never seen either one of those phones. I'm going to let you hold on to these. You can look at these relics from the past. These are like dinosaur phones. These are old phones. They don't look like they are phones. But check them out. All right, so that's where we are now. We moved past the regular phones, the old phones. We moved past the camera phones. And now we're holding computers in our hands. They are computers that happen to make cell phone calls, among many other things. I was astonished back then to see that technology. But we should be just as astonished now to see the technology that we have currently. Each one of us individually holds technology in the palm of our hands that far exceeds the collective technological pursuits of entire societies only 1 or 2 generations ago. The phone in your hand has roughly 1 million times greater processing capability, this is true, than the first spacecraft, and successfully got humans from Earth to the moon and back. 1 million times the processing capability of that machine in your hand. In your hand, you hold the capacity to store information far exceeding the total material collected at the Library of Alexandria, which in its age represented the greatest collective effort at the advancement of knowledge. Even as we speak today, right now, the citizens of Ukraine are using an app on their phones to help locate and destroy Russian drones in the defense of their country. What should we make of all this? Should we be grateful to live in an age that has essentially eliminated boredom with an instantly accessible entertainment at our fingertips? Should we be thankful that connecting with loved ones no longer requires but only a few taps of those fingertips? While I agree that it is good and right to celebrate and enjoy the luxuries of modern technology, My challenge to you tonight is to reflect on the responsibility that comes with these advancements, for I believe it represents both the greatest opportunity and the greatest threat that humanity has ever faced. Once upon a time, not really that long ago, access to information and technology was itself a struggle between the powerful and the powerless. Through the early Middle Ages, the global literacy rate was about 5%. Even by the end of the Age of Enlightenment, the global literacy was only about 12%. Only 1 in 8. Though literacy rates increased dramatically in the 19th and the 20th centuries, as recently as 1970, and some of us can remember the 1970s, over half the world's population did not know how to read. But the world changed a lot in those last 50 years. Not only have global literacy rates reached 87%, but access to information has expanded beyond Ptolemy's wildest dreams for his library. The powerful control of access to knowledge that allowed them to subjugate others on a generational scale has closed. That information access gap has closed almost in the blink of an eye in the scope of history. The question that remains unanswered is whether we, the people, are ready for the responsibility that comes with the power of knowledge and technology. We certainly understand the societal value that the principles of the exercise of knowledge. For 2,500 years, we've required doctors to practice under the oath of using their extensive knowledge of the human body only to help and never to harm that body. Our lawyers practice under an oath that requires them never to lie in court and to use their extensive knowledge of the law only to help their clients. And we require our government officials to swear an oath to use their power only lawfully to protect their citizens. We must now ask ourselves if we are ready to use our newfound technology and knowledge in the same manner, for the benefit, never the harm, of humanity. I believe our lifetimes will see not only the greatest advancement of technology, but also the greatest advancement of leadership. It is my firm belief, and certainly my hope, that the elimination of the knowledge gap will bring with it a revolution in the way we view leadership. Our leaders will not be those who have successfully amassed traditional resources like money or land, but rather those who become themselves resources of the values upon which we build our society. Our leaders will not be those who have accumulated more money than they could ever need, but those whose morality cannot be purchased for any price. People like Emmanuel Tolo, a 19-year-old Liberian taxi driver who found $50,000 in a bag on the side of the road. Some of you may know his story. It's an amazing story. How many of us can say that we would do the same thing that Emmanuel did? Honestly, I'm not sure that I could say that. That's a tough question, isn't it? But Emmanuel didn't waver. He returned the money as soon as the rightful owner came forward. Our leaders will not be those who simply possess strength, but those who build the strength in others. There'll be people like Vegan Ali, a Somali woman working to restructure international aid to empower local NGOs from the bottom up rather than a top-down approach. People like Munira Kapangali, a South African woman helping the youth of her country find its voice on issues like climate change so they may inherit a world that will nourish the next generation. Our leaders will be those who not only act with the courage to achieve ambitious goals, but also the compassion to ensure those goals help humanity foremost. People like Malala Yousafzai, who stood firm facing danger at the point of a Taliban rifle, unwilling to relent in her call for equal education for girls around the world. People like Omar and Dr. Hawa Abi, delivering medical aid to those in the most remote and poorest parts of the world, saving countless. Above all, our leaders will be those willing to sacrifice for the betterment of humanity. For this is the truest test of a leader. Anyone can direct others from a distance. To lead means being together with one's followers, climbing the same mountains, facing the same dangers. To lead is to sacrifice. I began by asking you to take a photograph of yourself. It's a snapshot in a moment in time among the eons of history. There's a reason you are here now, in this moment. I'd like to begin by asking you to take that moment, take a moment sometime tonight, later on, to look at that photograph and look at the face of that photograph. What is your purpose in this moment in time? No matter what your calling or where your path in life may take you, I challenge you to be worthy of your place in time on this earth by ensuring that your contribution uplifts humanity. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for George. Just in case you get TK and Collindale, I don't want to pay them that. It's okay. And okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. David. Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave. Please put the hands together for Mr. David, please. Please, 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 please. Please.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you all for having me. Now is your time. Now is your time. When it's all said and done, what are you going to say about your life? Is it going to be a book worth reading? That's my question to all of you. I remember being on the phone with my little brother. We had conversations about life. And I would say, live good, die well. And I'll get into that, what I mean when I say that, a little later. Let me introduce myself. My name is David Clayton. I was a United States Marine. I was a Philadelphia police officer. And I'm now, there you go, Hoorah, who said hoorah? There he is, Semper Fidelis. Semper Fidelis. I'm now a defense attorney in Philadelphia, and I have my own practice. My beginnings were some of yours. Raised poor. I moved over 20 times and went to 13 different schools before I finally dropped out in 11th grade. I remember when I went to the Marine Corps, it taught me a couple of things. One was perseverance, mission accomplishment, and then troop welfare. And so what that means is the mission comes first, and then we'll worry about you and your feet, okay? And perseverance in the Marine Corps is about persevering through weather, being tired, hungry. But you have to get the mission done, and that's a big deal. I also learned a tremendous amount about leadership, self-awareness, self-reflection, and courage. To constantly evaluate yourself, what you're doing and what you can be doing better. That's critical to any leader. Constant awareness. Where am I failing? How can I adjust? Courage, of course. You're training to lead men into harm's way. You have to build a team through respect, commitment, and honor. And you all have to be focused on a shared mission. I remember when I came home, I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to save people. I wanted to jump up on that ladder And in your time of need, I want to help you. But they weren't hiring for firemen when I came out, but they were hiring for policemen. When you're a police officer, the job comes with a tremendous amount of emotional baggage. I was a young officer, fresh out of the Marine Corps in North Philadelphia. I was working the graveyard shift. I remember it was about 2 in the morning, and we got a call for a disturbance, and I went to a house. The mom, this was a house probably around 13th and Cambria in North Philly. I remember I went in the house and his memory never left me. The mom had been going through something, maybe drug addiction, maybe a bad relationship. And I remember as I walked up the steps, I opened one of the bedroom doors, and a little boy, 3 years old or 4 years old, he came to me with his arms outreached, and I picked him up. And I'm wearing all my gear, my bags, my gun, my vest. And I looked down, the room was empty, and he had a towel in the middle of the floor, and that was his bed. And that was his bed. And it gave me chills just reciting that, because that was a profound moment. I didn't grow up with everything, but from what it looked like, this kid was growing up with nothing. And I often think about, where is that young man now? And I remember wanting to take him with me. I couldn't, and I knew what I was leading him. Well, I didn't really know what I was leading him into, but I could imagine. It was going to be an uphill battle. But he was such a sweet young kid. And that's how we start, as sweet young kids. And things in life happen to us that change the trajectory of our life. But there was something else going on when I was a police officer. I went to the courts. They call it the Criminal Justice Center in Philadelphia, CJC. And it was packed. You'd have to wait to get on an elevator. When you got to a floor, there were lines of people sitting on benches. And the judges were in there, hitting the gap. Deals were being cut, saved you prison time. Maybe you were innocent. Maybe you had a defense. You couldn't afford to fight. And I'm not just talking about financially. Sure, that is part of it. But there's another sinister thing that happens. It's called the trial penalty. And I don't know if any of you have heard about the trial penalty, have read about it. But it's where you get offered a deal for a lesser sentence and a lesser charge if you don't take your case to trial. Right? If you don't exercise your constitutional right to a trial, you will take this charge, you'll get probation, here's your paperwork, have a good day. Here's the statistics. Less than 3% of defendants in federal court take their case to trial. That percent of defendants plead guilty because they're frightened. If I offer, you know, I'm a defense attorney and I have clients and I love my clients, they are my family. And so I take it personal when I go into court. And a prosecutor, young prosecutor said to me, you know, Dave, I'll give your client simple assault, 2 years probation. And I said, no deal, because my client's innocent. But my client's facing aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangerment, and a host of other charges that she got stuck. On paper, she's facing a decade in prison. Now you ask yourself, would I take the deal for 2 years probation, or do I want to roll the dice? What kind of pressure are we putting on people? What are the collateral effects of taking that deal? When you try and get education, when you try and get a loan, when you try and get a job, and they said, well, you had this conviction, you pled guilty, and you said, well, I wasn't going to do 10 years. I wasn't going to risk it. That kind of world that we're building, that we're treating justice like fast food, and then we wonder why. And we're going to wonder why people have lost their way. What does that do to you when you go in a system and you expect justice and you expect the truth to come out, and your lawyer says, hey buddy, hey man, take this deal real quick, pay me my money, take the deal, keep going? What does that do to you as a human? Is everything that you learned in the Bible and everything you learned through life irrelevant? I remember reading, I couldn't, because I remember coming up and half my side's Catholic, the other side's Jewish. My mom was trying out Buddhism, okay? But what we knew is that people are individuals and created by God. And so you're special. You're not to be treated like cattle. Your life matters. Your life matters. And we got to slow it down, because this person has a case, their life matters, and I'm sorry if that clogs up the system. I'm sorry if you want to expedite things to keep people moving. But I think that person matters. And I think their sense of justice matters. I remember reading 1776, Thomas Jefferson writes the Declaration of Independence. Yes, sir. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So seeing all this, I now had a mission. Now remember what I told you. I'm an 11th grade dropout. I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, 11th grade dropout, but I got a mission. I got to be a defense attorney. I got to use what I know to help somebody who's going to be in a precarious situation at some point in their life. At their darkest, in their time of need, I got to be there. I believe you have to use your strengths, and all of them, to help. Your duty is to maximize your utility in this world. I remember going through school, and I remember, I said, man, this is going to be a long journey. I don't even have a high school diploma. I'm 33 years old. I'm not a spring chicken. But I had a mission. And that's critical in life. Your mission. And so it begins. And I say I went from GED to JD. That means Juris Doctorate, right? GED to JD. And I was tired. I was working the graveyard shift. I was going to school. And I did that for 8 years. 8 years. But I was on a mission. And it felt like a mission from God. Yes, sir. If something happens when you're on a mission, and I don't care who you are or what you do, there's a thing called fear. And it's real. And I can remember growing up and being paralyzed by fear. I was on the wrestling team, and I remember claiming, you're up, 133 pounds. And all of a sudden, I'm afraid, I'm nervous, right? Because it's showtime, the lights are on. And you can be paralyzed by fear. Paralysis. You have all the good intention to do something, but the fear of failure and the fear of success paralyze you. We know what fear of failure is. We were all little kids learning to walk, and we fell thousands of times before we took our first step. But the other fear is fear of success, because we don't know what that feels like on a real level. What's on the other side of what I know is the unknown. Am I good enough? That's what we ask ourselves. Who am I? Imposter syndrome. Am I crazy? Am I going to really do a good job? Am I going to make it? But you can't let the fear paralyze you. You have to let the fear motivate you. And that's why you study hard, early. And that's why you train. Mike Tyson said, and I'm a big boxing fan, I know a lot of you guys are, women as well. Mike Tyson was ferocious when I was growing up. He was the man. He had people afraid before they even got. Before the first punch was thrown, that fight was over. But a lot of people don't know about Mike Tyson is he was afraid. He was scared to death. He said, I don't want to be doing this. But the way he overcame the fear was that he trained. He prepared himself. So it's okay to be afraid. You should be afraid. But you have to put in the work. You have to prepare. And you let that fear motivate you. In Rocky, he says to Tommy Gunn, he says, boxing's 90% mental, 10% body. Why say life is 90% mental, 10% body? You have to mentally cultivate a winning attitude. You have to mentally cultivate an attitude of I can do this. I am built for this. Prepare myself for this journey. Life is short. You must take risks. Your time here is limited. You will not live forever. So what are you afraid of? Think about people I look up to. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Abraham Lincoln. These were principled men. And they were all assassinated. But they lived fearlessly. At least they appeared that way. But I'm sure they had fears. I'm sure they had doubts. But what separated these men from everyone else is they pushed through anyway. They had a mission, and they sacrificed. And that's what we can do. And when I say time, now is our time. Love your neighbor, love humanity, and lead. Find your and chart your course. And proceed courageously. That's what it means to live good and die well. Thank you.
Life is short. Ladies and gentlemen, before I call on Raw Honest State Representative, I want to ask my dear brother and friend, Mr. Miles Swan, to come and explain to us the essence of fitness. So please give it up, put your hand together for Miles Swan. manager of fitness. How to be fit so I can lose at least 20.
You already diverted stuff.
I know.
How you doing? Thank you, everybody. You all look beautiful tonight. I will be speaking on the importance of fitness. You know, we were coming up back then. I started working out in 2002, and then we were coming up back then. My grandma used to say, "Going to the gym for grown-up people." The same thing they used to say for football players, like when you play football, you're a grown-up person. You go to the gym, you're grown-up. For my American people, the grown-up people means you are who. So, fast forward 22, we attach serious importance to being fit. Because being fit is not only how you take care of your body. Being fit is your mental state, and being physical helps you to go through your daily activity very easy. And there are benefits of being fit. So we'll discuss like 10 important benefits of being fit, and then we'll have a little discussion of what you can do to stay active. You know, during the period when COVID-19 was at its peak, it exposed us African Americans. We were affected mainly during the pandemic because of underlying conditions and because of the way we treat our body. And that is, most people I know, like my friend Tito Morgan was just laughing just now because on the football field we usually laugh at him and say so many things. So that's why he was talking about losing the stomach. But fitness is something we have to take serious as a race. Not only like the food we eat, but we have to look after our health by being physically active. And the 10 major important benefits of being active, I will start. The first one is physical fitness helps you live longer, prevent chronic diseases such as heart disease, high blood pressure, abnormal blood, cholesterol, and it helps you with colon and breast cancer. When you stay fit, it gives you that adrenaline. Your blood is running, you are healthy, you are able to do a lot of things that you do not do when you're not fit. Like me, if I'm not working out, I prolong everything. Like in the morning from the wake up, even from the get up from the couch to go brush my teeth, I'll say, man, I'm gonna do that later. Just because there's no urge. Working, running around, moving around, it keeps you active. And another important benefit of being fit is physical fitness improves your cardiorespiratory and muscular fitness. Physical fitness raises your metabolism and helps you lose weight more easily, even if you eat a lot. And that's me. I'm the food guy. I eat a lot, right? But if I tell you, like, my friends that know me know that this man is an eater. But they ask me, like, bro, you eat all the food, and what happened every time you can see getting bigger? Something can go nothing because I stay active. And stay active these days, you do not have to go to the gym. Like for the men, you can stay active right now. Go to Walmart, get a 20-pound dumbbell, get a 10-pound dumbbell, keep it right in the kitchen. That's where my 2 dumbbells are. Keep it right in the kitchen, and you can walk around a little bit. By the time you see the dumbbell over there, it motivates you if your dumbbell is in the house and you go to the gym. Because at the end of the day, you walk in the kitchen, man, you know what? I'm going to just hit the dumbbell a little bit before I go to the bathroom. I'm going to push up before I go to the bathroom. So, like, you do not have to, it's not an excuse. It's not a reason not to stay active. Because staying active helps you as a person. Yeah. Physical activity helps maintain brain function in older adults. There you go. So you get, that's not an excuse to say, oh, I'm old, so I can go to the gym. like black people excuse over there, because you go down the street and see a white guy or white lady, 70 years old, still running 5, 6, 7, 8 miles down the street. Well, black people, as soon as we get 50, we own now. We can't do the things we used to do 2 years ago because I'm 50 years old now, so I can't run again. You know, so we have to stop that and find a better way to do that. Physical fitness increases your bone density. Physical fitness reduces maintain loss and your agility. Physical fitness improves your sleep quality. Physical fitness improves your overall life. So those are the benefits of being fit. And we'll look at what are some of the things you can do to stay fit. Physical fitness is very important. It's good for your health, and it makes you feel better mentally, and exercising can help you feel better mentally. Once you exercise, it helps you. Exercises are important because it gives a longer life. I'm not saying you're not going to die, but exercising will prolong the time for you to die. We all going to die. That is something we are guaranteed in life. If you read about it, you don't believe in anything, one thing you should believe that there's time for everything. There's going to be born and there's time for a person to die. But physical fitness helps prolong that time because staying fit, like for us, most Africans, like we usually don't go to the hospital unless it's an emergency. Like the last time I was to the hospital, it had to be an emergency. When I came back from Liberia, I had malaria, and that's why I went to the hospital. But most of us, we know ourselves that we will be at the point like some people get sick and say they don't want to go to the hospital, they prefer to go get over-the-counter medicine and take it instead of going to the hospital. So being fit, that's one of the things, and us, we have to make it a habit. If you know you're not staying active, we have to make it a habit that you can go out to the hospital. Go for a routine checkup. You do not have to be sick before you go to the hospital. Like back home, you will hear that, oh, this young person died, and we say, oh, then I wish I get ignorant. Because the thing is, we don't take our health seriously. We don't watch what we eat. I mean, for us that come from Liberia, it's not something that we worry about because our food are not processed. Our food comes straight to the farm, to the market, from the market to the pot. But over here, it's different. The food are processed. Most of the things we eat are frozen. And then these things they have effect on us and our health. So you do not have to wait till you get sick for you to go to the hospital. You have to stay active. And please make sure you do a routine checkup to work on your health. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Swan. I think effective tomorrow I'll be going to the gym. Is it? I did it. I'm trying to second. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Natalion Black, the state representative of Rhode Island. Please, put your hands together for Natalion Black, please.
Before I start anything else, let me start with Liberian English first. Mama, come on here. Come on. You're Liberian man, right? Okay, even better. You're from Liberia, Yeah. Call my name again, I beg you.
Mr. Natalion.
Neto, my man. Neto.
Oh, Neto, there you go.
Neto. We're Liberia, but we say Neto.
The man must say Natalion, ain't ready.
How we doing? How we all doing here today? It's good. It's good to be in the presence of your brothers and sisters and your elders. I think this was like a direct plan before coming up to speak. The Reverend came and that was a great message. The Reverend came, the judge came, the firefighter came, and the lawyer came. However, ain't said nothing about exercising. They put the exercise man before me. And he started talking about eating like real food. I said, wait. I think there's a direct play, but however, the guy said, well, it's good. So I was sitting up here, I was talking to David. Didn't know that David was a lawyer, but was chatting. So I do wear two hats, and which is very complex. That's what they were asking. So I'm not going to go into so we all know our Liberia story. You know, I was in Liberia. I graduated in 1989 from Cathedral High School. My classes graduated in the Republic of Liberia before the war, 1980-97. As soon as we graduated in December 1989, the war came in, and we all thought that the war would just be up in Lima and other stuff, and that's it. We were doing our own thing in town. Writing show, going on LU, going to school, then all of a sudden, hell broke loose. The rest is history. Fast forward, Kim landed in Providence, Florida, with my father. And like as David, when David said he took the GD, I kind of gave him this. Came to Rhode Island. After a year or two, no paper, no documents, nothing. So my father went and hired a lawyer, went through the process, got the paper, documentation, and everything. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to school. You know what I'm doing for everything. Say, you got to go to school. I said, okay. How do I go to school? I didn't get no paper from Liberia. Nobody would contact the Cathedral to get documentation. All right. So I said, you know, there was a high school right next to where we were living. My blessing. So when he called out the number, he knew me from somewhere. Come on, man. So I went to my parents took me to the Providence Public School to register me, just to get a high school paper to go to school. So 18 years old kid. Right. So 18, I was going to be 19 like a month or two. Said, no, we can't register, he's too old. My father said, like, put the man in the senior class. You know, we don't do it. So, okay. So I told my dad, I said, don't forget it. So I went home. So, you know, the community college of Rhode Island, they runs a GED program. So I would take my shot. Went in, got a book, prepped myself for like about 4 weeks, a month. And I signed up for the after the test, a week and a half, 2 weeks, the result came. And I passed all full content. So, you know, after history, went to school, did all of those stuff. But the importance of it is there's a vision. When you have a passion for something, you real something. But that doesn't mean that you're going to stop. Persistent. Right? So when I say I wear two hats, I'm currently a state representative of Rhode Island. On various world committees, and I'm also a high school president. Holding in mind when we talk about injustice, where do you think we see injustice from the beginning? When we talk about our school to prison pipeline. And so you're going to see me like, so as a principal, I can't stay in one place. When I talk to my kids, I can get everyone engaged. All right. So in Providence, when I taught I was a math teacher for a few years. I was a science teacher. I taught pre-calculus, Spanish, and everything else. Then went back to school, got my master's in administration. You know, when you work in a place for a very long time, you live in a place for a very long time, you understand the institution, the people that are there. So we were very good, when I mean we, as minority, we're very good to be great teachers in the classroom, some of us. We're very good to be great assistant principals for a long time. But to crack that glass ceiling, to be a principal, that's where the problem lies. And I'm not just talking about blacks as a whole, we minority as a whole. We're very good to be on the second tier. But to get that leadership role, it took years and years. But when you have something burning in you, you will be deterred for a few years. So many times, went for interview for principalship. And the funny thing is, your friends that you guys sat in or teachers lounge together, chat, talk, that you kind of were giving them some pointers, everything else. Interview comes, and people say, well, you know, you're a better candidate. But the next day, after the interview, you were the better candidate, didn't get a job. But the other person got the job. Not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times. That's the really determined. But you know, the Reverend said it right. You know, when it's time, and there's a Liberian song that says, like, when it's time, nobody can stop it. The last time, another one came about again. I said, you know what? I'm not applying. Now forget it. My wife said in the way, she said, like, oh, just try it again. I said, no, I'm not going to waste time. But again, like, I went in. Somebody said, you know what? Just try it. So, okay, I'm going to do that. Went in for the interview, walk in. I didn't have to prepare anything. I knew what the questions, everything was. After you go over so many times, you know the routine.
to in Providence. Parents start saying when they see us, like, it's kind of very surprising. But I'm saying this to say that when you are molding the mind of young and they see someone that looks like that, they are more encouraged that they do have a future. We're talking about 13, sometimes like 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, like a young man and woman. We are speaking about the future of our nation. So molding the mind of the young, that's where my passion lies. But then also it's within the community where you lie. After working throughout the community, and one thing I will let us know is wherever we find ourselves, let us try to get involved within the community in which you are. That's very important. Let us try to assimilate in the culture in which we belong. Let's assimilate. Let us maintain. We can maintain our culture. Maintain everything else, but assimilation is very, very important. But once we assimilate, what happens is we generate the path and the future. So assimilating is very key, because if I hadn't assimilated to the culture in which I came into, I wouldn't be a state rep today. Leadership comes in different forms. If you listen to all of the keynote speakers tonight, there's different style of leadership. One is not better than the other. It all depends on at what point in time you're using that style of leadership. All depends what kind of institution you're running. I can tell you, as a state rep, about 66, 60, about 66 Democratic House, total 7 to 8. But before, if I craft a bill, if I want that bill to pass, what is important for my people in my district is not that important for the other state rep that live about 20 or 30 miles away. It's not important to them. How do you think I will be able to convince 65 other individuals with different mindset to come and support that bill, which they have no interest in? That's a different style of leadership. There is certain time in leading you have to be very, very empathetic. You have to be very empathetic when you're leading sometimes, when you answer for things. And there is certain time in leading, you have to be very, very assertive. But being to show your empathetic side when you're a leader, before that happens, you need to know who are your constituent, who are your players, who you work with, if you are leading. What I try to do is, as a high school principal, I deal with like my student close to about 800, so I've got close to 800 students. Multiply that with the parents, right? The teachers, the custodian, the kitchen staff, everyone. What I'm making my business as a leader to do is, I know everyone. All of my teachers, all of my students. I know exactly all of my teachers, how many kids they have, what is possible. The reason is, the empathetic side as a leader, you reach out to those people. Because we all, as a leader, we do not know it all. You have to build a team. You have to build a team around you. That's where the ethics, the empathetic side of ethics, and the excellence comes in. When you build a team around you, and you as a leader, you should know your weakness. You should know your weakness. And I'm not going to get someone that a leader should not have someone to be part of the leadership team that the same that you have as a leader to bring that individual with that same strength. So where my weakness lies, as a leader, where your weakness lies, you bring someone on the team that has that strength to kind of uplift. What I do is, I call my leadership team someone in the office, shut it. I said, guys, this is where we are, this is what we have now. There is no title in this room. There's no title in this room. I want us to have an honest discussion, disagree with me, push back, but at the end, because we have the lives of young people in our hand every day. The lives of young people in our hand every day. And once it's sincere, one thing I love kids. I love kids. You know the reason why I love kids? They're very authentic. Kids are very authentic. For us growing up, if I ask you right now how you doing, my man, you're cool. As soon as you turn to myself, I'm talking to them. Kids will tell you exactly. Kids will tell you exactly what happened. What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? We disagree with it as an adult sometimes. But it's the truth. I've been dealing with high school students for the last 15 years. So I know it, I see it every day. It's what makes me who I am today because of my students. Because of my students, it's what makes me a state representative today. And that's because of them, because of their parents. You don't work in a city and you're a high school principal, you decide to run for a state office or political office. Think about this conundrum. You know what I'm talking about. If you are that individual, if you are that principal, because I am the principal, so what I say goes, when you decide to run for public office, trust me. Everybody will come from all of the woodwork and tell you exactly how bad you are. Social media will kill you. But when I decided to run for public office, I was very surprised.
students that graduated like whatnot, even some of our students have already married their kids, creating that social media groups. Other parents that like you gotta vote for Mr. Bia. He's a good man. Because of the relationship, the empathetic side as a leader. I'll call you in my office. I want to suspend you. But I will call you in the office and we will have a conversation. The parents will come, we will have that conversation. And understand exactly the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not going to just say, hey, I'm suspended because you got to get away and move like you don't have, no. You have to have pride in everything you do and respect. Not because you have the power, not because you have the power today you're in office, that you use it in a way that you abuse your power. But you have everything, you do everything with respect. So those two roles that have impacted my community, and leading that empathetic side, that ethical side, and excellence. Which leader don't want excellence? That's what we all strive for. That's what we all strive for. But how do you get that excellence? How do you get there? It's not easy to get there. You know, when we talk about leadership, I've flown all over leadership conferences. All over leadership. From an educator perspective, from education, like being a principal, I took different places for conferences. I'm still a legislator, I'm full of different physical conferences, or like just all kinds of leadership conferences. But one thing that's very, very consistent, all of these conferences, all of these leadership conferences are through all around. It comes down to self. It comes down to self. What do you value as a leader? What do you value as a leader? You have the vision, you have the mission. When they were talking about perseverance, that's the model I have for my students in my school. Power. And that power stands for, the P stands for perseverance. The O stands for optimism. W, willingness. And the E is empathy. And the last one, R, which is respect. That's the model for my students in my house. And so before I closed, because the worst thing to do is to give an educator and a politician a mic. The worst thing I do. Okay, I'm going to close. So before I close, just to bring everything back, the team today was about empathy, leading with empathy, leading with ethics, and excellence. Those are all part of the leadership characteristics that an individual. You will have some leaders who have one and not the other. You will have some leaders who have two, but not the last one, 2 or 3. But the question is, you want that individual who can exemplify, can show those 3 qualities. And at what time you show those qualities.
Again, I don't know about, but I would say this as a leader and as a word. Sometimes we become an act. You have to be an act at a certain time. You have to role play a certain time to lead people, because you are leading people. We are leading, as the pastor said, and everyone said, we are leading people. There were certain kids in my school, I can just go in and I can just scream like, oh, and they laugh, and fine. Because you know what? You have to know with individual. And there were certain kids, I won't dare even scream that name. Because I'm going to break when my sons are screaming. Right, so you have to know, so those are when the empathy, the ethics, everything comes into play. You have to balance that as an actor. So we're leading with empathy, ethics. That's the full quality of a great leader that you want to look for. You want to look for those qualities in those individuals, in any individual that you want to lead. And at a certain point in time, that individual also has to be able to serve when it's time, when the time is right. Because every institution, every business, wherever you are, you still need results. You need a result. And when there is no result, a new leader comes in. Right? So before I said there's something in education right now called like a transformational. They got transformational leaders and got regular leaders. I don't even want to get into that. Right? But within all those type of leadership, you still need these three characteristics in all this leadership. Again, thank you all, and let's have a great night.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who are you? All the men talking now. Somebody just told me a few minutes ago, you too. So, no. We got that up Dixon down here. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Dixon, please. Put it together with Dr. Dixon, please. Secretary, man, boys, and the one-year woman.
Amen. So, let me see all my Liberian brothers and sisters in the house. Raise your hand. All right. I'm still a little jet lagged because I'm just coming from Liberia, amen? So, we thank God though. I just want to tell you about the program a little bit, what I'm doing in Liberia. We're over there, we just bought property in Robertsville. I'm going to build mental health, drug, and alcohol in the North Shore. And also, we're going to have the university over there and an orphanage. So I needed to go over and see what we need to do, amen? So I have a heart for Liberia. Owen is my spiritual son, and y'all just keep me in prayer and my strength, amen? So we can do what we need to do. So when we look at leadership, I wear a lot of hats, all right? Bishop hat, I'm a professor, I'm the president of a college, so I wear a lot of hats in leadership. But one thing I know, and y'all gonna love me for this, I'm gonna be short and sweet and quick. Okay? Because when I'm teaching to my students in the college, they'll be like, I can tell, because I'm also a psychotherapist. So I can tell when they're going down. Amen? So amen. So I want to, first of all, acknowledge the prestigious panel here. Amen? And I'm just gonna, I want to just talk about the different types of leadership. Everyone else pretty much covered everything, okay? Because I always feel that if you don't know what type of leader you are, how can you move forward? Okay? So let's start looking at that right there. Don't let all the pages fool y'all, okay? It's all right. It's okay. Dr. Dixon got you, okay? All right. All right, so the first style of leadership is called a coaching leadership style. Okay, and this is someone who can quickly recognize their team members' strengths and their weaknesses, motivations to help that individual be able to do what they need to do. Okay? And then it says that the coach leadership style is one of the most advantages for employees, well, any field though, because it could be in the church, it could be in a college setting, it could be at your job, it could be in your home, right? If you're a leader, it's important how you lead. If you're the head of your family, because how you lead is what they're going to pick up. And I love the fact of all of the mental health and everything that we've been talking about, because we learn from what we see. So it's important for us to demonstrate certain things and certain characteristics and behaviors. Okay? So that's the coaching leadership style. And these are some of the things, if you think you might be a coaching leader. A coaching leader is very supportive. They offer guidance instead of giving commands. They value learning as a way of growing. And they ask guided questions. They balance relying knowledge and helping others find it themselves. And they are also self-aware. That's the coaching leadership style. Then we have the visionary leadership style, which a lot of the panel was talking about vision, right? You do need a vision. If you don't have a vision, if you just don't stand up for something, you're going to fall for anything, right? So you really got to stand up for something. You know, we can't allow, like the lawyer was saying, we can't allow fear to paralyze us, but he hit it on the head. As being a psychotherapist, fear has paralyzed so many people. You are so right. And it will hinder them from walking into their true destinies and what it is that they need to do. But I know you scholars in here don't have that problem, right? That's right. Come on, scholars. Look, you got to talk up for yourself, scholars. Okay. So the visionary leadership style is visionary leaders. They have a powerful ability to drive progress and usher in periods of change by inspiring individuals and earning for a new idea. So a visionary person will to their presence and get them to do what it is that they need to do. So if you think that you're a visionary leader, these are the things that you would do. Persistent and bold. What you do, you're original, you're inspirational, you're optimistic, and you're innovative. Anybody know who they are? Okay. The next is magnetic too. The next leadership style is servant leadership style. That's a large part of in the church. We see servant leadership, right? The servant leadership style. So a servant leader, they live by a people first mindset and believe that when team members feel personally and professionally fulfilled, they're more effective and more likely regularly produce great work. So if you walk in a servant leader position, you will show these following characteristics. You're a person that can motivate the team. You have excellent communication skills. You personally care about the team and encourage collaboration and engagement. And then you commit to growing your team professionally. The only thing with the challenge with servant leaders is they get burnt out quick. Anybody know what I'm saying? You get burnt out very quickly because you're constantly going and going and going and going. Okay? So you always have to have that balance. Mental health, emotional health, physical health, you got to have a balance. Okay? And then the next leadership style is autocratic leadership style. This is a type of leader that's focused primarily on results and efficiency. So if you feel you walk into the autocratic leadership style, you will possess this. Have confidence, are self-motivated, communicate clearly and consistently, follow the rules, you are dependable, value highly structured environments, and believe in supervised work environment. Now, we're not talking about doing that micromanaging. Does anybody have a boss that micromanages, always over them, and looking? We're not talking about that, okay? And then we have the next leadership style is laissez-faire, or some say hands-off leadership style. And this is the opposite of the autocratic leadership type, focusing mostly on delegating many tasks to team members and providing little to no supervision. And a lot of people work that way. Because when you're constantly on somebody, you're really basically getting on their nerves, right? I mean, we know that, you know, it's but you just can't be on like that. Okay, so if you work the laissez-faire leadership style, you will possess the following things. Effectively delegate freedom of choice, provide sufficient resources and tools. You will take control if needed. You also offer constructive criticism. You foster leadership qualities in your team. You promote an autonomous work environment. You know, isn't it better part of a council, a board, a group? But when you're going to this place, you feel like you belong there. You feel like you tapped into the vision. And you feel like you're going to be utilized. Not used, utilized. Okay, so it makes a difference. And then the next leadership style is the democratic or leadership style. And so this is also called participative style. It's a combination of the autocratic and the laissez-faire types of leaders. A democratic leader is someone who asks for input and considers feedback from their team before making a decision. So if you feel that's your leadership style, discussions, you provide all information to the team when making decisions. You promote a work environment where everyone shares their ideas. You are rational, you are flexible, and you are good at mediation. So you can really deal with conflict resolution. Okay? That's a great skill. The next one is the pace setter leadership style. So the pace setter leadership style is one of the most effective ones for achieving fast results. So with this, if you are a pace setter leader, you're primarily focusing on performance. And you will possess these type of qualities. You will set a high bar. You will focus on goals. You are slow, will jump in to hit goals if needed, are highly competent, value performance over soft skills. Now, the last one we have is the bureaucratic leadership style. And again, this is similar to the autocratic leaders in that they expect their team members to follow the rules and procedures as they are written. Anybody know anybody like that? Yes. So if you walk into that area of leadership, what you would possess are detail-oriented and task-focused, value rules and structure, and have a great work ethic, are strong-willed, have a commitment to your organization, and you are self-disciplined. And I want you to always ask yourself the question, when you're thinking about what leadership style you're in, ask yourself, what do I value more? Goals or relationships? Do I believe in structure or freedom of choice? Would I rather make a decision on my own or collectively? Do I focus on short or long-term goals? Does motivation come from empowerment or direction? What does a healthy team dynamic look like? Understand that as a leader, you know, we used to say that you can catch more people with honey, right? If people know and they see that you have a kind heart, they're going to gravitate to you. So it's better to be kind, it's better to be open. And one thing about a leader that I feel is so important, if you're wrong, say you're wrong. Okay. You don't have to walk around being right all the time. None of us are right all the time, okay? If you're wrong, say I'm wrong, I made a mistake. If you don't know, say I don't know right now, but let me research it and I'll come back. Okay? It's all right. You're human. So I just thank you all for your attention. See, I'm true to my word, right? So God bless each and every one of you, and I pray that you have a better understanding of maybe what your leadership style is. Okay? All right.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another performance tonight. Like I said, time is fast spent. Dear, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our sister and mother tonight, Marie K. Please, put your hand up for Marie K. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Thank you very much. I'm going to do a song tonight. The title of the song is Together. We are here because of our brother. He's doing great things in Liberia. That's why we are here to support him. So together we can do great things. Together we can move the mountain. Together we can change the world. Thank you so much.
The Passover comes from what a blood on what is the blood of Jesus. Blood together. Come on, put your hands together for Jesus. We can see what together we can do. We're just trying to sunny, calm, and sinking. The walls keep broken down. The one of victory. Together we can change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mommy P, please. We do have two more speakers tonight, but due to time, I think we gotta give it, gotta put in the awards as well too. So right after Mr. Owen come and give him the award, then we'll get the opportunity to talk. So please, but give me 1 minute, I'll be right back, please. Just a minute. I said, you're going to sit down, please, gentlemen.
the people together before they run away after the challenges.
Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged tonight to call on the man that made this program a success. Please help me welcome Mr. Owen Johnson! Distinguished guests, you may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Owen, for giving me the opportunity to host you tonight, or to host our beautiful people. Thank you.
Yes, thank you ever so much, Mr. Morgan, the boss. Thank you. Thank you for our partner guests. Thank you, everyone. Tonight, we are here because of collective efforts. So, this is not a night for one person to take credit. It's a night for all of us. I thank you, and I thank you from the depth of our hearts. Mr. Francis and Gibson, please join us up here. Ladies and gentlemen, have you learned tonight? Yeah. If so, let's give a big hand to our speaker. It has been a wonderful night. Thank you to all our speakers. The great judge, thank you. My dear friend, for many years, thank you. And thank you for all the stories about what we did together in the community. Our great lawyer is right here. Thank you ever so much. Our state rep, thank you. Our great icon, Mr. Bill Rogers, thank you ever so much. So our mother, Dr. Dixie, thank you. To all the speakers, Mr. Myers, who spoke on fitness. I need to start working on myself. Thank you. Don't you like the whole setting tonight? Occasionally, sometimes I fight for excellence. So I got two personalities. Please, if one of you can just see and put Reverend Dubai up there, that will be fine, okay? Reverend Dubai, one of you will be. So, before we do the ceremony, 15 minutes real quick, I got two personalities. People outside to see me, they say, he's a quiet, he's a quiet and nice guy. That's what they say. They say he's very quiet, but then those students who are watching and people that work with me, listen to this. I push them to excellence. That's because I want them to be greater than me. Now, I don't just go out there and see people and push them to excellence. But if this woman would take over from me, if he would take over, if that person would take over, then I push them to excellence so that they can't go there. But because I want them to do things the right way. But I put them out there because it's not about me, it's about them. So you can see their faces. Let me get that music one more time. Give me that music. Let me get that music one more time. This is leadership. So we're doing it different. At the legacy, you see all the video play and all the stuff. But this one is Leadership Awards and Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, join me, welcome an icon. That music should stay on like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome an icon, Bill Rogers.
Chief Tuazama Leadership Award, Generational Leader and Icon Award, presented to Bill Rogers.
By the Tuazama Leadership School of Pennsylvania, in commemoration of this decade. Of altruistic leadership in sport education and youth development in Nigeria and the United States.
Music, please. Music, please.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage to receive the certificate, Winston Duval.
Music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Tuazama goes to Mr. Josh Flo. For progressive leadership, we want to award this certificate to Joa John. John,
For noble leadership in community service, this is awarded to Fatumata Fofana, my very own president of the Labour Association of Pennsylvania,
So if you came with Mr. Wisner and you wanted to escort him as a delegate, you can go right there now if you are here. But if not, go ahead.
ladies and gentlemen, our next recipient of this leadership award of Tuazama is Mr. Alaska Y. Wisdom. Our community to see and change agent. As a community leader and change agent. Please put your hands together.
For excellence in journalism, Mr. Ikena Wesley.
For Advocate Leadership Award, this is presented to Ms. Masa Dopo.
We'll call on Apostle Brian Edwards.
Leadership Award for Noble Leadership in Community Service, Nixon Zor.
Bombing Diaspora Organization, Mr. Jerry Hassan.
We'd like to take this time on behalf of the Leadership Award of Chief Tuazama to present this award to Mr. Stephen Babu Sr.
Tito the Boss Morgan. Johnny, welcome the president of ULA, Mr. Shehu Kamara.
Awarded for bed of honor to the Gentleman Club of PA.
Leadership Award for Leadership Through Recreational Sports. This is awarded to Postcard.
Yeah.
Chief Tuazama Awards Leadership Award for Political Activism. This is awarded to my own brother, Mohamed Suarez.
She's a gladiator, she's an emerging community leader, and she's a firebrand serving in her community for many years. John Welcome, the great master. Our team decided that we should give them a statue instead. And I said, why a statue? They said, well, because they are doing a lot and they are broadcasting around the world. So, is the statue? So, ladies and gentlemen, join me welcome a rep from LRTN for excellence in journalism. Foundation here.
Yo, I don't know. I didn't even plug it in. Plug it back. Plug it back.
On behalf of Rich Kid Foundation.
So, inform him for being a great religious community leader. We are presenting this. Thank you. Josh Lee Grant, Dick Derek Sawyer, and Lawyer Dave to come right here. Be right here, and the honorees will just be talking among themselves while they take pictures, while the music plays, and they join the video at the same time. But before we do that, I want to recognize the presence of somebody very important to come right up here. I want to recognize the presence of my uncle, Joseph Saka. He will be our incoming president in 2024.
Well, thank you very much. Again, my name is Joseph Sako. I am the Executive Director of the Liberia Medical Mission. I want to just say thank you very much to all the awardees, well deserved, and thanks to all our panelists. I mean, you have really inspired us tonight. This was something that we had been anticipating. I mean, you guys were great. Again, my nephew, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. At your age, it's just amazing. Let's give a thunderous hand of applause to Mr. Owen. Thank you so much again. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And we are going to, music will play, and we are going to shake their hand. This is the end of the evening almost. We'll give them one more minute to say something before we leave. And then, okay, please, just wait. Yes, everybody.
Everybody just is on you. Everybody talk now, man. Yeah. That's a lot of people.
Okay. Can you mind to just listen to me? Gentlemen in the back there, please. Gentlemen in the back there. In the back there, please. Next time you will be the one right up here. Next time you will be right up here, okay? But there'll be music playing, and we are going to ask the rep to come and shake everybody's hand while the music plays. And after the music, then we'll try to close. Okay? All right? So, while the state rep is shaking everybody's hand, and by the way, this is Mr. Nathan here. And he is from Liberia, and he's from Nimakande as well. And he is a state rep in the state of Rhode Island. Isn't that an honor? Born in Liberia. I heard a judge talking so sorry about Liberia. Judge, he does some good research. So isn't that an honor? So we thank you. We want to give you the honor tonight to sing all the honorary hand while the music plays before I come to close. Let's go with the music. You can start with that. Music.
Oh yeah.
Let's sit for 5 minutes, please. For 5 minutes, please. Let's sit for 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes, please, everybody. Everybody, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes, then we are going to close, please. Everybody, just 5 minutes, if you don't mind, and we are going to close. Everybody, is it possible we take 5 minutes?
Chip, that's it. Josh, you can sit.
See, my own sister yeah, war was great. One of the best programs on a serious note. Excellent, excellent, yeah? Here's the meat man right here. Here's the meat man right here. The one is Tuazama.
Let's recognize, I just want to recognize council members, Lucilla Pratt and Omar Thompson from the Borough of Darby. Please give a big hand clap for them.
Yeah, just give full of thanks. Yeah, for the police.
Why don't you go that levy?
Okay, thank you everybody. We are just going to give vote of thanks. But before we do that, is Mr. Jerry Massago here? Mr. Jerry Massago? Jerry Massago? Mr. Khalifa Donzo?
Tonight,
Mr.
to
Khalifa
see what is
Donzo?
going on.
Mr. Khalifa Donzo? Mr. Khalifa Donzo? Mr. Khalifa Donzo?
Yes. I'll give you your phone. Here, this is it.
Mr. Khalifa Donzo is here. Is Mr. Isa here? Isa? Mr. Isa is he here? Mr. Daniel Otto? Mr. Daniel Otto? Yes. So I want you all to see this man. This is Daniel Otto. He's a scientist from Liberia. He is a cancer research scientist in the state of Pennsylvania. He also teaches for our school as well. He teaches FGM management. Give a big clap for him. This is Mr. Bill Rogers' story heard about him. I want to introduce our special guest that we invited today.
I'm here for me.
Mr. Jerry Massacre, Mr. Kalika Donso.
Get people to sit down. I have the main message of hope. Yeah. The message we are three speaking.
Please give a big clap for them.
I don't know, people think I came here for your program to speak. I got the message of hope. All the people going to sit down and I'm going to speak. All the judges, everybody going to listen to me tonight. When I came here, I flew from far. I spent $700 of flight. And I was the first to arrive here, so I have the right to speak. They're all going to sit down and then listen to them right to speak here. And we are message here. I get your message. All these people spoke about them. I'll get your message of hope.
I'm looking forward to hearing their speech.
All right?
I'm looking forward to hearing their speech.
I will speak. Everybody will speak. They talk about themselves, and I came here to speak about your program.
Yes. And it's very important.
And I'm the only Liberian for my people to hear me, so they're going to have me. So all of them going to sit down.
Please give a big clap to the president of ULA.
Yes.
Listen.
So if we can just get a few minutes for us to say that. Let's go for the Samuka. Please. We thought you were traveling to Liberia, but he's here. We thank you for coming. We thought that you had traveled to Liberia. But please give it up for Brother Samuka, an influential young man in the community.
We can stand up, or I'll give the message here and police. You feel me? Give it a joke. We got to bring the people together.
Somebody key is missing. Can you make an announcement? I gave it from my earphone.
Right, just the whole thing. Just go to 10, everything.
What's that? Somebody keys missing, and I can't find my earbud. Keys.
What keys? What car keys?
Car key, horse key, just bunch of keys.
A young farm, one of the keys, they will bring in the payment fees. A bunch of keys. Somebody lost their car keys, please. So if you found it, please bring it to the podium.
I can find my own earpod.
Yes, you lost a car key on your earpod. So if you found it, please bring it to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, I know time is fast spent. We are here till 11:30. Please give me your undivided attention, please.
Yeah, but we can get premium for those, yeah.
Please give us your undivided attention, ladies and gentlemen, please. We have a very powerful inspirational speaker on this. Our own great brother. Please give us 5 minutes of your time. Just 5 minutes. Hello? Please give us 5 minutes of your time, please.